Hi, this is Chris Ball again at myultimatesuccesssystem.com. Welcome to the first proper day of my 90-day challenge. It's December the 1st, 2009, and my aim is by March the 1st, 2010 to have set myself financially free. And as I said before, that's all about money, time, and the freedom to enjoy them. Now, the aim is to create passive income that will allow me to work just a few hours a week. When I say passive income, we kind of mean leveraged income rather than passive, but it's all about making sure that I'm not working a 40, 50, 60-hour week as I've done in the past to make the money that I need to live on. It's about multiple sources of income or multiple streams of income, and that means that I'm getting my money from multiple different places, not just one single source. If you've got one source of income, then you're always liable to lose your income if that source of income disappears, again, which is what happened to me before. And it's also about multiple industries and multiple routes to the income. So you can have multiple streams of income from one industry, for example, and if that industry had a problem, then you've got a problem. Or alternatively, you can have multiple routes to an income, but from the same, you can have multiple industries, but if all of them are coming through the same route, for example, there was one person I know who had an eBay business and selling digital products, and when eBay dropped digital products from their acceptable product range, he lost his income. So it's about multiple industries and multiple routes to income. So, how to make money. Actually, most people don't realize there are only actually three ways to make money in the world. Some people think there are millions of ways of making money, and there are lots of ways in which you can implement these three ways, but basically there are just three ways to make money. So let's have a quick look at those. First of all, there are people working for money. Now, most people make the mistake of being the person that works for money instead of having other people working for them. So even if you're a commission-based salesman, if you're a consultant, if you're self-employed, you're working your own business, if you're turning up every day to do a job of work, and that job of work is necessary for your income, then you are a person working for money. You may have other people working for you as well, which increases the amount of money you earn. But still, if you're having to turn up for work every day in order to earn that money, you're one of the people working for money. Secondly, and this is an extremely valuable way of making money, and that's money working for money. These are things like property investment, stock market investment, options trading, foreign currency exchange, commodity trading, bonds, and a whole raft of other ways in which you can invest your money and reap a return on an ongoing basis by doing so. And finally, the new kid on the block is computers working for money. This is only really been around for about the last 15 years, and it's about the internet, computers, doing the work that would have previously have been done by individuals. The most common example of that is internet marketing, affiliate marketing, and things in that nature. Now, all forms of income are in actual fact a combination of these three basic principles. So if you work in a shop, chances are you've got a computerized till. Modern supermarkets have automated ordering of stock when stock goes down. They have people working in the shop to earn the money, and of course there's a lot of money tied up in the investment within the stock, within the building, that is basically money working for money. So all of them come to play in any one shape or form. And even with a totally passive income stream, you're still going to have some sort of work to be done, even if it's just at the front end to actually set the thing up. So it's about leverage. It's about using these three different principles in different ways to create an income. Now, as part of what I'm going to do, I'm going to create 6 streams or sources of income during this 90 days. It may be that not all 6 are going to be active at the same time or by the end of it. Certainly I will start implementing them one at a time, and by the end of the 90 days, those that are not making money for me or don't prove to be beneficial will have been dropped. So there are several ideas I have for money working for money, and the one that I'm going to work on initially is forex trading. Now, forex trading is a highly risky form of trading, um, so it's one that a lot of people stay clear of. But the great thing about it is that it's got high potential for income. The only issue is that, generally speaking, forex traders, about 98% of them, don't make any money at all. They actually just don't make a bean. The other 2% make a lot of money, and that's the 2% I want to be in. The next one is an ebook business. I think that in terms of internet marketing, that tends to be one that is very much a part of it, and I've already started some work on that to speed up the process. A subscription business is, again, a very good way of creating repetitive ongoing income that is less susceptible to seasonal and holiday type fluctuations. And then there's blogs with AdSense, or perhaps not AdSense, perhaps affiliate marketing, but some sort of blog-based business that will actually create an ongoing income. And obviously I've got a blog based around this whole process that I'm going to be working on. I also want a p-book business, which is a traditional paper book type business, publishing books as a means to income, using, again, things like Amazon and other online bookstores as a means to sell the books. And as the sixth one, I also want to use a website business. Now, I know a little bit about web development. I know quite a lot about web development, in actual fact. So what I want to do is set up a web development business. However, I don't want to be the one doing the web development, which has been the case in the past. So I'm going to then use other people to do the work for me, which is pretty much the way most web development businesses work. So each of these will be set up one at a time, and we'll monitor each and evaluate the process, the progress, and evaluate how passive the income actually is, how many hours a day I actually have to work. My aim is to work just 2 hours a day in the long run, so we'll see how it goes. So that's it for today. What I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to start with forex trading. I've already got 2 options open to me on that, and I'll be choosing one and getting started with it pretty much straight away. It may take me a couple of days to set up all of the trading, but once it's set up, I'll be able to go through that all with you. Tomorrow I'll give you a rundown of which of the options I've got that I've chosen, and why I've chosen it, what it is about those options, and then we can get it started. So I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Until then, bye bye.